Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fluent with Teacher Pablo. I'm your host, Teacher Pablo, and with me I have Diego, which will be my co-host today. So today we are unpacking a topic that's both incredibly practical and surprisingly emotional: time management.
Hey, Pablo. Hey, listeners. Yes, this one's going to hit close to home for a lot of people. We live in a world where being busy is seen as a badge of honor, but is managing our time just about getting more done? Or is there something deeper at play?
That's a great starting point, Diego. Let's begin with a quick observation. Almost everyone says they don't have enough time, and yet we all have the same 24 hours, So the real question isn't about quantity, but actually rather about prioritization. What are we choosing to do with our time?
Exactly. In fact, most successful people don't necessarily do more. They just do what matters most. That's the key difference. And while there are plenty of time management techniques out there, like the Pomodoro technique, Eisenhower matrix, or time blocking, they're useless unless we understand our true goals and values.
And let's be honest, not all hours are created equal. Even if we block time for work, distractions like emails, notifications, family, or even our own stress can reduce the quality of that time. So managing time isn't just about structure. It's also about focus and understanding our energy.
That's true. Which leads us into a more controversial discussion: the idea that we must always be productive. This mentality, often called hustle culture, glorifies being constantly busy. But over time, it can lead to burnout, anxiety, and even guilt when we rest.
Actually, I'm so glad you brought that up. The pressure to always be on has made many of us confuse being busy with being effective. I think nowadays, with all the productivity gurus and all these groups of, you have to be always doing, executing, we are actually just trying to get busy instead of actually moving forward. Yet, if you're spending like 10 hours a day working with the results, something's clearly off. Sometimes doing less actually help us achieve more, don't you think?
Exactly. And let's talk briefly about the illusion of multitasking. Many people think they're saving time by doing multiple things at once, but studies have shown that multitasking reduces both productivity and quality. So, ironically, trying to do more ends up making us slower.
Si te está gustando el contenido de este podcast, te agradecería mucho que me dejes un comentario con cuál sería el siguiente tema que te gustaría ver dentro de estas conversaciones. Que te suscribas, me dejes tu like y lo compartas con quien creas que le pueda servir para poder traerte más contenido como este. That's right. One thing I always encourage is identifying what I call time vampires. Those small but frequent activities that drain our hours from your day. Scrolling social media, checking email every 10 minutes, or saying yes to unnecessary meetings are all examples. And yeah, I know that the saying yes to meetings is something that actually we cannot control. It's not like you're going to say no to a meeting with your boss, with a colleague, or something that is urgent. But do understanding how to manage your block, your block of time.
And another trap is procrastination disguised as productivity. Have you ever organized your desktop for 30 minutes just to avoid starting a real task? We often prioritize easy tasks because they give us a sense of progress, even when they don't move the needle.
Absolutely, and that's why I think mindset plays a huge role in time management. It's not just about strategy, it's about belief systems. If we believe we must always be busy to feel valuable, we will never be satisfied, no matter how much we accomplish. That's the thing. And actually, that happens personally in my case.
Such a good point. And here's something practical. When planning your day, try to assign time to results, not just tasks. For example, instead of saying, I'll spend 3 hours on this presentation, say, I'll complete slide 1 to 10 with speaker notes. That adds clarity and pressure in a good way.
Now, here's where it gets personal. Let's talk about rest. Most people don't schedule breaks, yet wonder why they are exhausted. If you don't plan rest, your body will eventually demand it, and that usually comes in the form of illness or burnout.
So true. The irony is that many of the most productive people intentionally rest. Whether it's a walk, meditation, or simply doing nothing, recharging is part of the process, not a distraction from it. Rest isn't laziness, it's maintenance.
You want another useful tip? Review your week every Friday. What worked, what didn't, what could be improved. Time management isn't static. It's a skill that requires constant adaptation. Life changes, and so should your strategies. And personally, I have started practicing this about reviewing my week. And obviously, there has been weeks that I haven't actually reviewed it, But recently, I've sort of started doing it, just answering the 3 questions. What worked out? What didn't work? What I wanted to change? And by just answering those 3 simple things, I start having a little bit more clarity for the next week.
I love that idea. And while we're at it, let's not forget to use tools wisely. Apps like Notion, Todoist, or Google Calendar can help, but only if we use them with intention. In fact, I know you are an avid Notion user, so you listener, if you want Teacher Pablo to share how he uses Notion for his life organization, let us know in the comments.
So to wrap this up, here's the bottom line. Time management isn't just about cramming more into your day. It's about being intentional, aligning your schedule with your values, and respecting both your energy and your limits.
Absolutely. Whether you're a student, entrepreneur, or language learner, remember, the way you manage your time reflects how you manage your priorities. And managing your priorities is how you design your life.
So thanks for joining us in today's episode, Fluent with Teacher Pablo. I'm your host, Teacher Pablo. Don't forget to check the vocabulary list in the notes below and share this episode with someone who needs a little time management inspiration.
Take care, and remember, time is a resource. You don't get it back, so spend it wisely.